It's being recorded. Okay, so here's the plan. We got how long we got? 48 minutes. If we go over time, whatever, you can just leave whenever you want, and I'll just keep going. Got 48 minutes. What I want to do is I want to create a React app that has like a form in it that lets you upload an image and maybe a description of an image. It sends that to a server, an Express server, that stores it in a MySQL database and sends the image over to an S3 bucket. And we're going to host it all on Heroku. So by the end of this, anyone should be able to post an image to the server. It will be stored in the database, the data, and the image will get sent to S3. That actually sounds like a lot of work. All right, let's see how far we get. This could be a thing. This could. Okay, the apps, we already know what the app's going to do. What should we call the app though? Because I need naming. App 3000. Yeah. Okay. All right. App 3000. All right. Let's just pull in some boilerplate stuff here. So I'm going to npx create React app. I'll just call it front end. So that's good enough. And then I'll mkdir for the back end. Let's cd into the back end. Let's npm init-y. Let's npm I express. I think we'll use MySQL. Might use some other libraries. We'll see. Let's touch a server.js file. Let's code this thing. Should we start with the front end or the back end? Okay, so here's the. You looking at my screen, right? You can see everything. Call it React app. See the VS Code? Yes. Okay, perfect. All right, so this is the back end with my server. So this is going to be our Express server. Let's start with the front end though, maybe. That might be more fun. Did it finish creating? No, it's still making. All right, while that's creating the React app, let's set up this Express server. So we're going to have an app. The app is going to have two endpoints. So I'm going to say if we get posts, post is a bad thing to use. Images? No. Because like I don't want to post a post, you know, I hate saying that, but fuck it, we're just going to go with that. So this is going to have a rec and a res, and this is just going to get all of the posts that exist in our database, right? We're building an API, and then we're going to be able to post a post, and this should be /post. / okay, posts, rec, res. Okay, so we're going to send an image and a description to this, and then we're going to be able to get all of the ones that are being stored in the database, and we're going to listen on a port. Maybe 8080 for now. Why not? Okay, so let's go with that. Port, cool. Who can I hear in the background? Who just cleared their throat?
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, sweet. I thought it was not working.
Man, we can all hear you. It's cool though. I like having company. Okay, so this is the React app. Okay, so I got like a little boilerplate set up for the Express app, and I did not spell Express correctly. There we go. Gonna leave that for now, but that's the idea, right? Gonna be able to get all posts. We're gonna create a post. It's just gonna be like public image upload type stuff. So let's open up the front end, the React app, and I'm just gonna move these around in VS Code. So we have a little app.js that does that little spinning React logo thing. That's all fun. I don't care about any of that though. I don't want the logo. I don't enjoy semicolons. And yeah, all of this can go. Cool. All right, so we're gonna need a couple of things, I guess. We could make, we could make like a header for our page maybe with like an H1 that's like, what, app 3000? So that could be fun. And then in the main part of our app, we might have a form that actually, maybe that isn't the main part. We just have a form. Okay, so we're gonna have a form. The form is gonna have an input. What do we want to send with our image? What? Oh no, it's not. Wait, how the hell do you make a form? Someone remind me. It is input, right? Input type text. Input type, yeah. Okay, why wasn't it giving me auto completion? Screw you, VS Code, whatever. Input type equals text. Input type equals file, accept equals, actually, what's this supposed to look like? Oh, no, accept images. How do I say accepts all images? Whoa, look at that up 3000. That's zoomed in. I had an article about this, so I'm just going to reference that. Uploading images to Express with React. So we need, oh, maybe I should just copied the code from this. It kind of doesn't count as like doing it all from scratch. There it is, it's accept image / stocks. We can accept any image. Okay, yeah, maybe I'll just like copy this, why not? Kind of cheating, I'm okay with that. So we got our form. When we submit it, we're gonna have to have a submit function. We have an input that is a file input for any image. We have a text input that I guess will be like a description for the image. Do we want to add anything else to the image? Or just those two things? Just,
I think that's good.
Yeah, you think that's good? Okay, all right. So we need a file, we need a description, set description, there we go, equals use date, empty string. Okay, so those two are being taken care of for us in the form. So when we submit the form, we should prevent the default behavior, prevent default. Is that how you spell that? I don't know why I'm not getting auto completion today. That's kind of annoying. And then we need to send the stuff to the server. So we have a file, we have a description. We need to post it to, this will be like an Axios.post. I guess I need to import Axios. I'm going to use the proxy to set this up as the front end, like to kind of simulate these two being on the same server. So it's just going to be a post request to /posts. And we're gonna have to send in some sort of data. I think that's it. Yeah, okay. So that's the thing we want, but what the hell is data? How do I get the image and the description into this thing I am calling data? Create a new form data object because we need to send a file up to the server. The file is going to be a binary image piece of data, and we can't just send that as a like in the body of a JSON request. I mean, we could like convert it to a string, maybe base64 encode it, send it up to the server, decode it, and like do it that way. But that's kind of not great. It doesn't really fit, like a file doesn't fit into a JSON structure nicely. So instead, we'll send it through form data, which servers already know how to use form data well. So this will just work nicely. So we need to say data.append. I'm going to say this is image. That's what the server is going to see it as. That's the key. And then the value is going to be the actual file data. Data.append description. And that is the description. So we're sending the text that comes from this input and the file that comes from this input, storing that in form data. Then we're just going to send that to the server. Maybe I'll make this an async function so we can get the result here. Maybe I'll just console log that for now. Okay, all right, that's looking okay. That's looking all right. I have not yet even installed whatever Axios, npm I Axios, import Axios from Axios. Okay, cool, looking good. All right, so we submit, it's gonna send it to the server. Yeah, sweet. Is everything still working? I mean, it's like complaining because it can't find Axios, but that's whatever. All right, so we send that. Oh, I guess I should do that proxy. Okay, because I'm pretending these are on the same server. So I'm going to proxy this to localhost 8080, so it thinks it's in the same place as the Express server. And then I guess I should restart my server once. Wow, what? Why is Axios taking so long? Oh, is it because I'm npm instead of yarn? Ah, stupid. Like having to do like actually maybe not. It might be like generating a package lock, package JSON.lock, and doing other stuff that's going to be like taking a long time. Whereas if I do it through yarn, it already has that file. I'm not actually sure why that took so long. Anyway, I'm going to use yarn. Fine. Yarn start, React script starts. Let's see if this is all working. Oh, no, proxy. Let's start with HTTP. Come on, Sam. You knew that. You knew that. Cannot resolve Axios, but now you can. Yay, compiled successfully. Okay, we have a form. We have a little header. Let's actually style this a little bit. Where's my app CSS? Okay, so in app.js, I've got app, I've got a header, I've got a form, and I've got main. I'm not even going to give these class names. I'm just going to style it like this. Okay, so header is going to, it's just bad naming. What should we do? Should we do position fixed? So it's always at the top of the screen. And then we just do like top, 0, left, 0, right, 0, maybe height, like 80 pixels. Background color, anyone?
Green.
Green, love it. Okay, then we're gonna have our form be, just give us like a margin top of 80 pixels just so it sits down. We could also do display flex, maybe flex direction column. Maybe we give it a width of like 600 pixels. Maybe we margin, I guess I'm doing top. Okay, let's do margin treble, T, top, 80 pixels, R, auto, bottom, 0, left, auto, top, right, bottom, left, treble. Okay, so, oh, look at that. Okay, I kind of actually want a little bit more. Maybe 100. Okay, that looks, not terrible. Maybe if I zoom out, kind of looks, come on, you're design students. Whatever. Let's put all the elements from within the form. Let's just give them what, like a margin, I don't know, like 10 pixels 0. Let's take away any padding, I think, because I don't want any. All right, cool. Yeah, all right. Good enough? Good enough? Good enough? Why not? Looks good enough. And then for here, let's give this a placeholder. Oh, look at that. So we choose a file, we give it a description, we submit it. Okay. So if we look at the network panel here, if I choose a file, oh, nice. I have Mars photos from another demo I was doing. Okay, so we're going to post a picture of Mars. If I put in a description and I hit submit, I have posts. If I look at the headers, it's sending a post request to localhost 3000, which is being proxied to the server, hopefully. And there's my form data, my image binary data, and my description. And this came out with a 500 internal server error, probably because I'm not actually responding to this request. Let's give this a little jazz hands. Okay, posts, response still didn't give me a response. Oh, am I even running the server? What? What? All right, let's node mon this server. Server.js. There we go. Okay, now it's listening on port 8080. Okay, let's try this again. It's still failing. Why are you failing? Why are you being mean to me? Is it that the proxy gets confused if the thing was not running at the time that you started yarn start? Maybe. Maybe. Let's try doing that again. No, it's still failing. Oh, wait, no, there we go. All right, cool. It started up again. Yay, post request, 200 OK. It's sending the data to the server, the image and description, which now don't exist because I refreshed the page, whatever. And it's getting a response, jazz hands, from the server, great. So it is sending the data to the server. We're getting back 200 OK because we're not doing anything with the image, but it is sending it to the server, so that's kind of cool. So we need to be able to handle this post request. I'm done with the front end, let's switch to the back end. We need to be able to store this file right now, like get the file, the image file, let's store it. Let's grab the description, let's store that in a database, and let's just get that piece working right now. So the library I'm going to use is Malta npm. There we go. Let's save, install, and save this. No, I want terminal, not the rest of my app. Where's my back end? There we go. And then, what do? We just copy and paste code. We just copy and paste code. So right here, we can bring in that library. we are going to specify an uploads directory and maybe just uploads just right here. We'll get a nice little uploads folder and it'll put all of our little images in there. And we said that we are going to be uploading the file with the key image. So whatever we put in here, that string right there, needs to appear in a function that we create right here. So if I say upload, I think this is a function, right, where I would just put like image, because that's what I called it on the client. Then this middleware function will handle everything for us, and put that image into the uploads directory, and then we'll get some nice little data. What's it telling me? It's saying upload is not a function. Yeah, okay, so I did that wrong. What is it? It's upload single. Whatever, close enough. Come on. Does that work? All right, cool. Then we get rec.file is the file data, and rec.body contains the other data. So we'll go rec.body.description. Let's take that out. Okay, so then we got rec.file. What do we want from the file? What even comes from the file? I don't know. Let's just see. All right, so if I console log rec.file and do an image upload with blah and submit. Okay, that made it to the server. That seems good. If we check the server logs, which are actually in VS Code because I'm inconsistent. Okay, so this is the data we get back from the server. This field name, original name, encoding, MIME type, destination, file name, path. All right, these are the two things I actually care about, the file name and the path. So file name and path. Let's just do one of these things. Okay, so I got the file name, path, and description. I maybe care about all of those. File name, path, uploads. Okay, cool. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. So yeah, seems to be good. Oh, did it save the image? Oh yeah, we got uploads. All right, there it is. No, there it is. Image. Yay. There's the image data. Saved as like a random string, but that is the image data. Okay, so what I want to do here is a couple of things. Well, I guess actually just one thing, right? Like let's save these details to a database, and then when we get the post, we'll actually query the database and get all of this data, and we're able to send it back to the user. Get posts, yeah. That seems good. Is that how I want to handle it? Is that how I want to handle it? Yeah, I think so. Okay. So let's set up a database to store this information. I'm going to make a little schema.sql. I'm going to create a database. What's the name of the database? This doesn't really matter. App 3000. 300, 3000. Yeah. Use app 3000. Let's create. I guess we just have one table. This is a super simple thing. What's going to be posts? Yeah, why not? We need an ID that is an integer, that is the primary key, that is is it increment? Is that how you spell auto increment? Someone correct me if I'm wrong.
I think that's right.
Yay, description, varchar 255. Oh, do we want the description to be longer than 255? No, I think 255 is good. Here we go. URL, image URL. Let's just go for the same thing. Why not? I guess we could put in something else, right? Like maybe a timestamp. Default now. I don't know. Just keep track of that. Could be fun. And that seems good, right? Yeah. Everyone happy with that? Yeah. Why not? All right. Let's start up MySQL. Come on, MySQL. There we go. Okay, MySQL is not running, and I can't remember how to start MySQL on a Mac. It is MySQL.server start. I probably should be able to remember that. Okay, MySQL -u root. Perfect. Okay, let's grab this information. Okay, so we created a database. We got a post table. Yay! We have a post table. There it is. Okay, so now we just need to store the data in that database. Okay. Okay. All right, let's do this. So in server, I'm going to create a new file, and I'm going to call this database.js. Seems good. We'll bring in MySQL equals require MySQL. And then how do we use the MySQL library? I don't know. Let's look at the docs. MySQL exact match. Okay, give me the code I need. Let's see. Connection. That seems legit. Connection connect. Connection query. Yeah, that seems good enough. Okay, so I'm going to create a connection. Right now, it's localhost. Let's actually, because this is going to end up being hosted. Allow these to be environment variables. So if I have environment variable MySQL host, it will use that. If it doesn't, it will use localhost. The user is going to be root. My root user doesn't even have a password. Hopefully that doesn't create any issues. I guess we'll find out. We might have to actually create a user password. Database, what do we call it? App 3000, right? With a yeah, okay, cool. And we'll call this database. Okay. We'll try and connect to that database. And yeah, okay, then we need a function. All right, so we need two functions. One that will create post, and one that will get post. Function get post. And I can export both of these. Okay, and then something like this, right? So when we create a post, I need my query to be something like insert into posts. What are we going to insert? We're going to insert description image URL. Description and image URL. Values. Okay, so we'll need two values there. So I need a description and an image URL to be passed into this function. Actually, maybe we'll do it like this, because then we also want a callback, right? For when this completes. Okay. So the parameters being passed into this query are the description and the image URL. Okay, so we'll throw the query in there. We'll throw the params in here. And then we have a function for consistency with the callbacks. Error results field. If there is an error, let's call the callback with the error and return. Otherwise, we are going to get. Actually, what do we get here? Isn't it like results.insert ID or something? Is that a thing? Oh yeah, I have to save from it. It's insert ID. Yeah, okay. So it's callback null results 0. Wait, what? Oh, it's just result.insert ID. All right, because we're just inserting something. Result.insert ID. Okay, so I don't know. That's like a successful callback. All right, sweet. How are we doing so far? Is this looking correct? For an insert, seems legit. Yeah, that's good. I think that's good. Should we see if this works? All right, so if in my server, I bring in the database file, require./database, and right here, save these details to the database. So database.createPost, we need a description, which is the description. We need an image URL. All right, what do we want to use as the image URL? I might actually create a custom endpoint here to handle the images, because I think that'll make it a little bit easier when I'm dealing with S3. So what I'm going to do is take the file name. So that's this unique string here. And I'm just going to put /images in front of it. So /images/file name. So this will get stored, this will get sent to the client, and anytime we make a request, so I'll need another endpoint here, maybe I'll put it above, app.get /images / file name, I guess. Anytime a request is sent to here, we'll just have to serve up an image from the server, rec res. Okay, so I'm going to store that, and then we need the callback function, which is either going to give us an error or insert ID, insert ID. So if there's an error, let's res.send, I don't know, error.message, return. If there is no error, let's res.send an object representing our new thing. So the insert ID, the ID of the thing that was just inserted, the description, and the, I'm actually going to take this, I'm going to call this, what are we calling it in the database? Image underscore URL. Yeah, maybe I'll just like image URL. Pass that in there, and then this will also exist on the object coming back from the database. So just like mocking that object, the way it will come back from the database, it will have a description, it'll have an image URL, it'll have an ID. I'm not going to mark the timestamp, I don't really care about that. Okay, and then I don't need this other res.send. So now when I post an image, it should upload into the uploads directory, and it should save it into Mysql. So right now, if I select star from posts, there's nothing in there. But if we go here to the React app and I say choose a file, and let's go with this Mars one, and I'll call it that Mars one, and hit enter. Let's see. The console seems to think it was good, maybe network. All right, so this is the request. I sent the image. I says it's the description was this Mars one. The thing that came back from the server was the description, the ID, and an actual image URL. So it seems to have worked correctly because the response from the server looks good. And if I check the database, oh look, there's my entry. I have a description, an image URL, and a timestamp. Perfect. Okay. So posting is working, and we have 20 minutes left. Let's see. So that's awesome. Sends it straight to the MySQL database. Now, when I get posts, so maybe when I like first load this page, I want to actually see a list of all the posts, just get them all from the database. I'm going to need to be able to return up all of those things from the database. So in here, I can create a post, great, but I'm going to need to get post, which is going to be a select statement. So let's just grab this, get posts. And I think we'd probably just get away with like a select star from posts here because like, you know, it doesn't need to be anything more than that. I don't need any params. The results, is the results what I want? Okay, I think that's all I need to do. I'm gonna have to double check that though. So we're gonna have to make a request to the server and see what happens. So when I say app get posts, I'm gonna ask the database to get me the posts running that select star, which is going to give us a callback function with an error, or results. Probably, hopefully, just gonna be an array of posts. So I'm just gonna copy this code from down here. If there's an error, we'll do that. Otherwise, we will handle the error, or res.send the posts. Okay, so if I go do /posts in the browser, if I just do localhost 8080 /posts, I should see a list of posts, and that didn't work. My server crashed. Why? Because callback is not defined because I haven't put callback in this function. That was dumb. Okay, whatever. Let's try again. Yay. Okay. Oh, sweet. It is an array. Okay. So it'll give me an array of all the posts. So every time I insert a new post into the database, if I call get posts, it will return an array of those objects. Fantastic. So now in my React app, when this thing loads initially, so let's do a use effect for that. Only the first time. I want to ask Axios to get me all of the posts And then result.data.posts should be that array. I'm not handling errors here, but that's fine because the browser will just, moan at me if I've done anything. And I'm going to create a new piece of state to just set posts. So I'm going to have an array of posts. So I'm just going to add another line here that is posts, set posts, make that an empty array. And then when we first load, we should be able to get an array of those posts, and then I'll be able to use that post array to render individual posts in the main part here. So I'm going to take the posts array and I'm going to map them to components. So an individual post will have, what do we want to do here? I guess we could do it kind of like a figure, right? Like a figure will have an image, and the source will be the post dot what is it called? All right, so we got post.image URL is going to be the source for the image, and then post.description will put in a fig caption. So source post.image URL, perfect. And fig caption will have post.description. Perfect. Okay, cool. So we're now mapping over the post, and I should add a key to each figure that is going to be the post.id. Okay, post.id. And then it should display all the information about the post when we get it from the server. There is obviously two big wrong things. I haven't imported useEffect. Okay, and then the second big thing, the reason this won't work is because, why? No, it's not even showing anything. Posts, it's grabbing the posts. Why isn't it showing anything? Console works, there's the posts. What did I mess up there? In here, main post.map, we're creating a figure. What? Body div app. For main has nothing in it. Why is it not rendering any posts? Oh, no, wait, I'm still confused. What did I do wrong? So useEffect, you make the request, you get the result from Axios, you set the post to be result.data.post. Unless that's null, which it could be, because maybe I messed that up. Let's check this out. So result has data, data has posts, posts is an array. Result.data.posts, and I'm setting that into the post. Result.data.post, setting that into the post, which means post should be able to be mapped. What the hell? Oh. Wrong language. Stupid Sam. I had curly braces there, which means the map was returning nothing. Nothing was being returned from map. So if I have curly braces here, I need to add a return statement, or I can just, not have curly braces. My fault, my mistake. There we go, the Mars one. Just refresh so I don't have to keep having that debugger. Okay, so here's my my component. It has the image, which has the /images/ whatever, and that's not showing up for some reason. But I do also have the fig caption, that Mars one. So it is loading the images from the thing, and well, the post, it's just not actually rendering the images. And I want to take this one step further. I know that every time I make this request, the result back down to the client is going to be, what is it going to be? It's going to be an object that contains like the ID description image URL. So every time I create a new post, I'm getting that post back basically. So what I want to do here is set the post, like just append it to the list of posts, or maybe prepend it. So I'm going to set post to be a new array that contains the result.data, because that's the post coming from the server, and all the existing posts. So every time I create a new post, it should just appear immediately on the page. So let's add another one. Yeah, okay, submit that. Okay, there we go, and it just appears, right? So every time I add one, it will appear there, and if I refresh the entire page, it will load them all, and they should all appear. Issue being that the images aren't being rendered, and the reason the images aren't being rendered is because my server has a /images endpoint but it's not actually serving up files. And we could use express.static here, but I want to instead use the FS library because I'm going to end up using it later if I switch to using an S3 bucket. So this will just kind of be nice. So I'm going to say fs create read stream from the file name. So I'm going to need const rec.params.filename, the name of the file. Right here is the thing that exists in uploads. I'm going to create a read stream from the uploads directory, including the file name. And for this, I'm going to use path to concatenate the path together nicely. So I'll just say path.join, right? We're in the current directory, same directory as the server. So we're going to say dir name, uploads directory, and within the uploads directory, we have the file name of the image. And from this, I can create a read stream. And a stream is just data as a stream that we can send to another place or write to another location. If we use the pipe function to pipe it into res, it will just send the image straight back to the client. So a few lines of code, and I get more customization, which will help me later when I'm using S3. So if you make a get request to images/file name, which is exactly what the image tags are doing, this should work. This is not working, not sure why, but it should, maybe. All right, so these image tags making a request /images/that. Maybe if I refresh. Okay, so I had to do a refresh because it had already cached the wrong version. Okay, so that's cool. They're actually way too big. So let's just add a tiny bit of CSS to this. So what have I got? I got a figure within main. So let's go, maybe I'll just go figure. Width, I'll just make the same width as the form. This is not responsive. This is not good programming, but it's not the worst. Img it is going to be 100%. So, because I was zoomed in so much. Okay, yeah, there we go. Now it's the same width as the form. So every time I upload an image, it's just gonna, just gonna show them in a list. Maybe I'll do one more thing. There we go, a little bit of spacing. Okay, so I can post an image to the server. The server stores it in the file system. It also posts it in a MySQL database, and then I can query those images, get them all back, and see them on the page. And every time I refresh, I can still get those images because they were persisted into this database. Every time I create a new post, it just exists right there. So let's see, 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left. We could push this to Heroku. Should we go for S3 and Heroku, or should we try for one or the other just in case we run out of time? I do have a video on using S3, so maybe we should look at okay, let's get this onto Heroku, and then if there's more time, we can actually get the images to an S3 bucket if we want. So let's say this app is perfect. It's working awesomely. It won't, because this uploads directory will get cleared on Heroku, because the way horizontally scaling works is that you cannot really persist any data long-term on any individual instance, because the data will be out of sync and could potentially disappear. So Heroku, you can think of Heroku as being able to horizontally scale, which means it's a bad thing to do, and it will shut down your server and restart it whenever it wants, kind of. So it won't work long-term on Heroku, but will work very short-term, for a couple of hours while we use it, maybe. But yeah, let's see. So we need to replace this with S3 stuff or some sort of other file storage stuff, but everything else will work. So that's cool. The images just will stop loading after a while. You just get blank image tags. I guess you could have a default image just in case or something. Okay, so let's go to Heroku and make a new app. Create new app. App name, app 3000. Wait, do we call it app 3000? I mean, it's available, so whatever, we're going with it. And I want to not choose a pipeline, but we need resources. So the resource we want to add here is a MySQL database. Let's go with Jaws MySQL. I'm pretty sure they have the free tier. Yes, they do. Submit order form, but it's free. Okay, that's good. That's good. So if I open this, it's going to give me all the details I need. Maybe. So in settings, reveal config vars. So this just does it through a URL, but I think I'd rather not do it through the URL. I'd rather create the environment variables that I already have. So I'm going to need an environment variable for host, user, password, and database. And JawsDB has, all right, so that's the username. So MySQL user, just because that's what I called it in my application. Then I'm going to take the password. And there it is. And then I'm going to take the port. No, we don't need that. The database we do. Database gets created for us with Jaws, so I'm not going to run that create database thing. There we go. Add. What else we got? Username. Oh, there's the host. Cool. Okay. Host. Cool. MySQL host. Sweet. Okay. I'm going to log into this Jaws database real quick so that I can create the tables, because I don't want to have that. I mean, I could have my Node app do that, but I'd rather not. I'd rather just do it manually. So I'm going to do MySQL. I think it's -H for host. I think that's all I need to do. Bring in that host, -U. The username is this one. And then -P, because I'm going to insert a password, which is this one. And this should just log me into the database on Jaws, hopefully. Yeah, all right, there we go. So I'm on the database. This is like, instead of the local one I have on my machine, it exists in the cloud. So that's kind of nice. Easiest thing I can do here is just copy and paste my schema. So I'm just going to run this create table statement. No database selected. Okay, use the database, the only one I have access to. There we go. All right. Use. Cool. Create table. Boom. Done. Okay, so my table now exists. My schema exists. I could add some data if I wanted to, but I'm not. I'm done with that. So that's cool. Got the database up and running. This is my local version. Okay, sweet. So now let's go to deploy and let's deploy this app. So I need to basically use Git to push it up to the server. So maybe I'll actually do this through the command line. I'm going to push the React site and the backend to Heroku as the same app rather than keeping them separate. Like I could keep the front end separate, use like Netlify or an S3 bucket or whatever to host it, but I'm just going to put them on the same server because for a small app like this, it's just much easier. So in order to actually send this to the server, I need to run yarn build. So that's my front end code. In my backend, I want to create a git ignore file. And I'm just going to open up that git ignore. We're going to add a few things to it. So here's all the standard stuff. I don't want my uploads. Do I need to do // I think? Oh, maybe I can just go uploads. Uploads directory to be added to Git. Actually, that's it, because everything else is already there by default. Okay, cool. So let's get in it. Git add, git status, make sure I actually didn't get my uploads. Perfect. Okay, so I got all my backend code. Maybe I'll just commit this. Add backend code, whatever. And then my front end has been built. Yay. So if I open this directory, I can see that my front end has this build directory. I'm just going to move that into my backend because I'm just uploading it all together. Git status. Okay, so I can see my build folder is there. I'm going to need to commit that and push it. Before I do that, I need to make sure that Express is actually serving that stuff up. So right here, I'm going to add a app.useExpress.static build. Oh, I really hope that's the right command. Is that the right command? May or may not be. Let's actually try. So what I want this to do is anytime a request is made for anything that exists in this build folder, so like /index or /static/js/ whatever, if it exists in the build folder, just serve it as a static asset. Otherwise, go to the other routes. So if that worked correctly, I should be able to go to now localhost 8080 and see my Express app actually serve up. There we go, my React app. So that's kind of cool. And then if I'm using React Router, I'll also want to add one more. I mean, I'm not, but just in case you are, I'll need to add app.get this thing right here. I don't know why people do this. Copied this from somewhere at some point. Okay, so if you're using React Router, you just want to make sure that any other routes that get called get forwarded back to index.html so React Router can handle them. Not super important, just like if React router, then add this, which I'm not using, so I don't even need it. So maybe I'll just comment it out, whatever. Okay, so that seems to be working. Git status. Okay, so I've modified my server. I've added that build folder. Let's just add all of that in and let's commit, add front end code. Cool. Okay, let's add this to Heroku. Okay, then let's get git push Heroku master. Is that right? I think so. Okay, so it's going to push the whole app up to Heroku. Oh no, did I modify the package JSON? Nope. Damn it, I didn't add a start script. Whoops. Node server.js. Okay. Whoopsie. All right, sorry. Git status, git commit, add start script, git push, Roku master. We just wait. Oh, we got 2 minutes. All right. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to finish this still because the S3 part I don't think is that complicated. Maybe it is. Is it? You know what? I don't know. I'm just going to go to my AWS account and start creating an S3 bucket anyway, just because I know I'm going to do it now. Sign into the console. Let's services S3. God, it takes a little while, doesn't it? Let's create a new bucket. I'm going to call this app 3000. Why not? Done. Create the bucket. Okay. I need that name. Whoops. Didn't want to do that. Whatever. Go back. Go back, you. Okay. So that's actually good. Then I just need to go to IAM. I'll finish this up later, but I have a bucket ready. See, all right, cool. So it went to Heroku. So let's just check to see, is it running? Oh, sweet. Okay, so this is the app. Let me post that in the chat. So I should be able to choose a file. I'm going to call this Mars, put in a description, Mars, whoops, Marsy things. Submit, it should go to the database, and then and also in the file system, and here it is. So this is all being persisted by Mysql and Heroku, like Heroku's pushing it to Mysql. The files are being stored on Heroku, which means that this is not going to work long term. This image will disappear after a while, but that can be resolved using S3. So if anyone wants to go to the site right now, they could upload an image. I'm going to see how quickly. All right, it's 5:20, so you can leave if you want, but I'm going to keep going, because I'm just going to make this work on S3. And since it's being recorded, I can upload it. I think I hit record, hopefully. Create policy, service. I need to add permission for my app 3000 S3 bucket. I want to be able to read, so get an object. I want to be able to write, so put an object. Where the hell is that? There it is. Yeah, that's it. I only want this to be able to happen on my app 3000 bucket, but for any object. Cool. Okay, tags, don't care. Review, don't care. Name, app 3000. Create policy, fun. So I've allowed permission to, yeah, only get and push. Perfect. All right, perfect. So I got my app 3000 IAM user. Again, all information about like details about this I put in a different video. I'm going to add programmatic access. I'm going to attach the policy I just made, app 3000. There we go. So I now have a user that can access this S3 bucket, and all that user can do is upload an image and download an image. So I need the access key. Yeah, I guess I'll just create a .env file here, use dot, and this is going to be S3, whoops, S3 bucket access key. That's long. I shouldn't have made it that long, whatever. And I need the secret. No one pay attention to the secret. Access key, access seek. Right, okay, just need those pieces of information. Cool, perfect, seems to be good. I'm gonna close that, okay. So I need 2 libraries on my backend now. I need .env for development and what's it called? I think it's just AWS SDK, hopefully. Okay, so this is all working well. I'm just going to create a new file called S3 to manage all the S3 stuff. In here, I'm going to import the AWS SDK /client/S3. Perfect. I'm also going to bring in the, what's it called? Access key process.env. What the hell did I call this? There we go. That, and then I need the secret key, which is this one. Cool. Okay, so with that data, I can now, I guess I need the bucket location, which is, I think I did it in US East 1. I think I did it in North Virginia, S3 bucket region. Information, right? Process.env.that. Okay, let's create a new instance of this S3 object using the, oh, damn it. I need the bucket name as well. Equals, what did I call it? App 3000. App 3000. Okay, bucket name. Cool. Bucket is bucket name, const bucket name equals. That is repetitive. Okay, so I got the bucket. What else do I need to put in new S3? I'm going to cheat a little bit, and I'm going to look at code that I wrote for that previous YouTube video. Haha, look at this. Okay, so it's pretty much exactly the same. Cool. So I got all those things. I need the access key and the secret access key. I named these things differently. Whatever. I'll fix that in a second. So then I have my upload file function and my download file function. I also have list objects, which I'm not going to use. So I'm going to bring this in. All of that, I put like details about it in the other video. So how it works in the other video. For now, all I need is to make sure this works with the current pieces of data. I named my things differently, which was kind of weird, but that's cool. If I just do a bunch of copy and paste over and over again, hey, back to where we need to be. All right, so got data, got S3 working. Now, if I come back into my server and where should I do this? Right here, maybe. Const S3 equals require S3. I should be able to just like push files and get them. So when it comes to saving, right? So we're posting a post. I'm going to make this an asynchronous function, and I'm just going to await S3, what is it? Upload file, and I'm going to pass in rec.file. That's how I've set that up to work perfectly. And so that will first push it to S3, then it will persist it to Mysql, and then on the way back down, excuse me, given the file name, I can actually just go straight to S3 and ask for the file with that file name. So, yep, get file stream with the file key. So S3, get file stream, we'll pass in that name. And this returns us the read stream. Perfect. So instead of getting a read stream from the file in the uploads directory, we're getting the read stream from S3, and then I can just pipe that into red. So that's actually, that all should work. So post will send the image to S3, and then we'll get it from S3. Okay, so if all of that works, I should be able to go to localhost 8080 to get the React app, and then I should be able to upload this file, submit it locally, and if it all worked out, which it doesn't seem to have worked out, that's lame, failed, connection refused. Why? All right, let's try again. Why? Because doesn't actually say. That's weird. Crashed because missing required key bucket in params. Required key bucket. Oh, whoops. I forgot. Yeah, okay, cool. I actually got the wrong data when I opened up S3 from the other thing. Oh, wait, what? So that should be fine. Upload params has the bucket name, and the bucket name is right there. It's process S3 bucket name, which is coming from, I'm not importing .env, idiot. Require .env .config, I hope. Let's submit. Okay. Doesn't seem to have failed. Doesn't seem to have finished. Oh, no. Access denied. God damn it. Why is it denied? Why is it denied? Okay, I was doing so well up until I got to the S3 part. It's denied. Okay, so we got the access key, the secret, the region, the name. Access denied. Damn it. Why the hell do I have access denied?
Is it because you called your bucket name app 300 instead of 3000?
Oh, well, shit. It took you this long to tell me? Did I actually call it 300?
I thought you checked the chat. I didn't know if I was correct or not.
Oh, okay. All right. So I called the bucket app 300 instead of app 3000.
I think. I don't know.
Which actually sucks because I also made it app 3000 in my policy, didn't I?
I don't know. You're going pretty fast.
I am going pretty fast. All right. So I got my app 3000 policy, and here I said that I would, 3000. All right. So if I name my bucket app 300, then that would definitely be the issue. But with those two changes made, this should start to work. Did I? Oh, no, I didn't restart my server. Okay, let's clear that. Let's push posts. Still not working. Still, oh, didn't get rejected. Why didn't I? Oh, it did work. Yay, it went to S3. Okay, let's actually check the S3 bucket. Yeah, it was that. It was fucking named it 300 instead of 3000. What an idiot. Oh, well. So let's see. App 300 should contain a single image. There it is. It is being persisted there. Fantastic. So if I go into Heroku and I go to settings and I go to reveal config vars and I add my new environment variables that I have. So I have my access key, secret, region, name into Heroku. Okay, perfect. That now exists. Now back in my server, it's looking good. I'll say, let's see, what do we got going on here? Okay, so we got server package. All right, so let's just add everything. Let's git commit and say push to S3, I guess, and then git push Heroku master. And I'm going to reset my JawsDB database because right now it's going to be trying to pull images that don't even exist. So what did I do? MySQL. Yep, there's my Jaws one. What's my Jaws password? I've forgotten. It's kind of weird. All right, MySQL -u or -h. This one. Weird that it can't recognize that oh, there we go. Boom. All right. Select star from post. Anyone upload a post here? Oh, use whatever the. Keep forgetting to add the database to my command. Oh, wow. Lots of people uploaded posts. Well, a couple people. Let's actually look at this. This is the one in Heroku. Let's see. Geez. All right. Well, all of them went away because it restarted the server. That kind of sucks. Oh well. So let's go back. I'm gonna delete from post, which will just drop everything. Refresh, and we should see nothing. Application error. What? Oh man, did I mess this up? Heroku logs. It's saying that the app crashed because when it tried getting, that's weird. That's super weird. Why Why is that working locally but not in Heroku? It's saying when I try to get an image, something is failing. Host app 3000 request ID. It doesn't give me much more information than that. That sucks. Did I post everything? Yeah. Okay. It's kind of weird. Is it trying to get the images you drop? No, because I dropped it from the database, so it should really only try and get it from the database. Maybe. Oh, maybe that shouldn't have crashed the server. Maybe it should have, actually. Yeah, maybe it crashed it because it tried to get them from S3 and failed, and I'm not handling errors at all. I don't know. It seems to be working now. Let's do a Mars photo and say, hey, it's Mars. So this should, when I hit post, it should send the image to S3. It should save it in the database, the data in the database. Then it will try and load the image on this page, which will go to the server, which will go to S3, which will send the image back to the server and put it in this page. Submit. Okay, I should probably have a loading indicator because that can take a little while, but there we go. So these should now all be persisted to Mysql and to S3, which means that I should be able to tear down this dyno and spin it back up, and everything should still work. I can refresh this page. Hey, nice. That did not take anyone long. So this is now fully like functional. This will work. This is like, if you upload this to Heroku, it's going to be like this forever because the data is being persisted to a cloud database service. The images are being saved to a file storage service, and then Heroku is the like application service. So that is everything you would need to make sure that your app is up and running and can persist files and persist data. We did it in just over an hour. Still not terrible. Still not terrible.